Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Now I think we have covered almost everything about UK qualified chartered engineer. That is about the career appraisal and how to write the report, how to write the CV, how to provide continuing professional development goals and the records and everything. Okay, so today we will try to speak a little bit about phase in the Viva. Okay, so what is Viva? Now in any professional qualification you have to face a Viva. Understood, right? So it's just like you can give whatever the report you want, but of course they have to make sure that you have all these competencies with you. That is why they ask you to face a Viva was right. So now those days, of course few years back, not few years back, maybe 1 decade or 2 decades back, of course, they came to Sri Lanka from London. Okay, from London they came to Sri Lanka, and you had to sit Viva Voce in Colombo. So that means it took time. You had to wait until they come. They usually don't come every year. They waited until some few applicants have applied, right? But later there were very little applicants from Sri Lanka. So what happened was they ask people to come to India for the viva versa. So in that case it would be highly costly. Now today, thankfully, with these online platforms, they are holding online viva. Okay, online viva. So it is very easy if you apply today, depending on their the number of applicants and things, maybe you will get within 3 to 6 months you will get this viva versa. Okay, so now what do they expect? Now I want to tell you few things about this viva, right? So it's like this. Now one thing they told me was, remember, it's not like this. Now it's not like once you become chartered. Okay, once you become chartered, if the ICE chartered is a prestige to you, it is not what they want. They wanted they wanted to have you as a prestige. So that means it should be a prestige for the ICE to have you as their chartered engineer. That's one thing, right? Then the second thing is, this chartered viva, it is not just an examination. Okay, it is not like an examination. It's something like a discussion among peers. So that means because it is chartered engineers who are coming, and you are also a potential chartered engineer, so that has to be a discussion among peers. So that means you can't give yes no answer. When they ask a question, you have to make it an opportunity to give full details, because it is you who knows everything that you have done. Okay, they are just helping you to show your attributes. Okay, now as an example, uh, if they ask a question like this, now in the construction site, did you apply health and safety procedures? They could have asked this question. You can't just say yes. Okay, you have to say yes, I did, and these are the things I did. These are the safety protocols that I applied, and these are the safety measures, and these are the safety instruments and things, PPEs. Okay, so maybe they would ask you, okay, tell us something. What do you know about risk analysis? So you have to tell all about the steps of the risk analysis, and how you did that, how you actually did that, how you practically did that. That is what they expect. It is not like an exam, right? It's just a discussion. As any chartered examination, you are given 15 minutes to do your presentation, and the presentation has to be an extension of your report. remember, it is not summary of the report. It's not summary of the report. It's not summary of what you have forwarded them. It's an extension of the report. As an example, I would tell you. Now, in my case, of course, my main project was the design of Gampaha interchange, right? Gampaha interchange in the Central Expressway. So my presentation was about how I fulfilled United Nations Sustainability Development Goals with this design. So that's an extension. Now in the report, I was just telling, okay, so I fulfilled these UN SDGs. But in the presentation, I expanded it. Okay, so this this number, UN SDGs are fulfilled there, right? So then you remember after that they ask you questions. Usually it is 1 hour. In my case, it was exactly 1 hour. Very punctual. Okay, exactly 1 hour. So they ask questions only based on these attributes, the 7 attributes that they have already given, nothing else. Usually they don't ask you theoretical stuff. They might ask theoretical stuff, but how you applied that theoretical stuff in your project, or because you are discussing some two projects or one project. So if it is theoretical stuff, they would ask how you applied that one, right? And when it comes to the interview, body language is important. You have to show them that you know the thing, right? And the language is also very important. So practice your pronunciations, right? Because the pronunciation may be different in the sense, here in Sri Lanka, of course, we speak a mix of American and British English, but usually the IC uh, because the IC Viva panel, they usually speak British English. Uh, so it's better if you use British, but anyway they wouldn't care. But better to use the British, because then it is easy for them also, right? So after the Viva, then of course maybe next day or 1 or 2 days after, you will have to face a written exam. That is a communication. So they will give you a 1 or 2 questions. I think 2 questions based on your experience. So you have to expand on that and write in proper English, formal English. So there you are showing that you can fulfill the communication attribute of the chartered examination, right? So now this. I can't tell you what questions they will ask, because that depends upon your experience. They will set the questions based on your experience, but one thing I can assure is that uh, everything they ask are based on the 7 attributes, nothing more, nothing less. All right. Okay, so I think that's about Viva. So in next episode, we will discuss these attributes one by one, what they will expect and how you have to answer. Okay, thank you very much.